Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is Wednesday for round 4 in the 2023 series of the GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7. For today's racetrack for the Group 4 category, we're going in to be on the full course layout in Autodrome Lago Maggiore circuit as the event schedule goes on for the recap for round 3 at Deep Forest Raceway. Two versions with the Dallara SF23 Super Formula with the Honda and Toyota version is about to go super fast, going quick, and overcome many tight turns and corners by the obstacles, and even of course to have a one pit stop available to play safe. So this is going to get challenging out there to go super fast, and the type of the difficulty is now going much more intense. But we did good out there. And even for myself, for the last video is now being served to be finished on to the 9th position. So we're entered to be moving on to be on the halfway mark for the 2023 series for the Nations Cup, as we're about to go enter to take the 5th round on Saturday, May 27th. We'll be at Autodrome de Interlagos for the Group 1 category in the next part of the video. Just going to make sure to stop at the Group 4 category to take the full course in Lago Maggiore circuit. Is going to get much more challenging to do some tight turns, straightaways, and even of course on the elevation. So let's enter. Green light is now available for only one part of the race entry to have two of them before tonight's competition is about to be set and good to go. For the GT3 and GT2 league, we'll have to take 10 laps for the number of players up to 16, while the GT1 is about to go adding up by 20 laps. We'll have to go advanced and challenging as we're about to be entered to use the requirement tires to be putting up onto the hard racing compound tires for each part of the Group 4 category, and additionally to have one pit stop available for the GT1 league. Mid-speed is about to be set as always from previous round during the Nations Cup in the 2023 series. Brake balance are always meant to be partially allowed for the moment, so this is going to get challenging and much more fine cornering to have 17 turns around the track. It's going to have to take 3 sessions around each part of the track. So anything else that might have to take one best recommend pick for every Group 4 car before joining session in the lobby in about 12 minutes left? Well, I can't say because this is going to get challenging, and more good news before tomorrow's update on Gran Turismo 7 is about to have 3 cars and something else that might have a very good surprising to be adding up onto the GT Auto and tuning shop that we're about to be looking forward to see. So I'll have to be using with the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15 touring car with my UDRS Insportec. It's about to be set and good to go for today's video segment, as the BOP regulation is about to be set automatically to be on the power on 344 horsepower and weight to be increased at 2,643 pounds. Do your best out there, folks. The Group 4 category is about to make a turn after round 3 from the Nations Cup to be on the same title, and we're about to go average faster to go for the competition in the GT4 class. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go to start the race. Let's begin. Okay folks, good thing putting up the phase 1 preparation, as I'm about to go for another round on Livestream. Just to be planned, and just going to make sure that I'm about to go for having a recording session, so I have to make it right and go be creative without any slight interruption for only skipping parts like 2 or 3 second glitch part during the part of the recording session is now being served as regular. So how am I doing so far after taking a regular content video break? Well, live stream, that's just really all I need to care about, but it's gonna have to take much more fine competitive racing moments, and even of course I just went down to be on the lap time challenge at the Nürburgring 24-hour track layout before coming up to take the next lap time challenge, while the SF23 models with the Honda and Toyota version at Autopolis International Racing Course is still available. So let's get down and go for the practice, as we're about to be entered to take the brake zone onto turn 1 and go for the hairpin to be on turn 2. Any Group 4 race cars such as to do some different drivetrain like the FF all-wheel drive, FR, and MR layout depends on which kind of Group 4 category to be entered to use. So after turn 2, you'll be stopping on turn 3 and 4 just to make sure to have the inside of the apex where to find your line and go over to have the main part of the straightaway to be moving on in to take that short part. So almost there to be finishing on sector 1. Here comes sector 2 to be proceed on to the east end. Okay, absolutely good. Just going to keep driving forward to take that short straightaway to be on the east end. Proceed as well to be entered onto turn 6 through 7, and then you'll be stopping on turn number 8. But here comes turn number 9 and 10 that you might gonna have to stop in and go for a 400-meter run as you're about to take sector 2 to be cleared and proceed on over to be on sector 3 to go down the hill and take turn 11. We'll be at the hillside right corner to be coming in and pull the brake to be using as a main cue. Alright, looks like turn 11 clear. Now go for the uphill onto turn 12 and 13 to be located at the west end. The west end served as the main part of the newest track layout for Gran Turismo 7 is going to be quite very average to be serving as a landmark position to be entered onto sector 4. So turn 14 is now coming in to take turn 15. Very good. Now for turn 16. Stepping stone on the apexes before going down the hill on to turn number 17. Just like that, just any kinds of different position whenever you really want to improve your time. So looks like average lap time is now going clear by 2 minutes, 11.835 seconds after my current record to be previous to be set on 2 minutes, 10.249 seconds. Now, practice well if you can, because you still might need to have enough time to join a session on the lobby, or I'll have to get back to it because all that improved time of practice and just going to work my way and get my driver rating is going to be yet to be improved. Well, you see, because I know it takes a lot of headache that I just really might need to step it up and just try to survive it for my own, just to make sure that I still have my 518 subscribers is going to have to be helping out and let some more people who just really want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just to have 1,000 to have my own milestone achievement to be labeled as a promise to keep. But I'm still working on it because it gives me a little bit much more social phobia-tastic. It's going to give me a little bit hard nervous to understand it. But after all, because the live stream recording is still yet to be in progress, because I just really might need to get myself to shape up and stay focusing to have this main part of the video segment to turns out to have a one good chance of perfection. So in about 6 minutes, 25 seconds left until the matchmaking will start, just to make sure to have the 8-point race entry to be serving and go for point race entry number 9. So I really hope my decision is going to make one best time after having a daytime is doing some hard work of doing some major chores. Just to do some more exercising, just going to have to help out. So there you go. Down the hill on turn 17 to stay on the main average line. Okay, looks like still not yet to be achieve a new record. Okay, looks like my S15 touring car is still working on and do some main part of the corner strategy to get in and get out to have a good smooth paved road. Here comes sector 2, going in for turn 5. That's very good. Go by 0.8 seconds. Now entered sector 3. So, by the way, folks, because today's time condition is going to be a bright and sunny day, and go for having a late afternoon around in Lago Maggiore circuit. But this is going to get much more fun, fantastic out there to be doing a best time in Lake Maggiore circuit. So go for sector 4. Gonna have to keep practice more and do a main part of the basic lineup to have 10 laps. It's going to take a 0-stop best serve for the GT3 and GT2 league. That's 2.3, almost increased at 2.4. There we go. Looks like my new record has been set and good to go. 2 minutes, 7.835 seconds is now entered and being stopped on lap number 3. So I have to keep practice more. Okay, pull the brake. Now step it in and keep a good master on turn 5 on the east end section of the track. Okay folks, in about 2 minutes, 3 seconds left until the matchmaking will start the join-in session in the lobby, as phase 1 for the live stream video is still yet to be underway until phase 2 will be coming up soon, as the recording session is still in progress. Here comes the 5th lap. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. "20 seconds left, so I have to get ready and get focused." Okay, looks like time's up. Matchmaking is about to be ready to join in session. Gonna have to be patient, but looks like it's 9 o'clock p.m. just in time, and let's see how it turns out to be doing perfectly well for having today's opponent. Saw it fine good. I'm on the 8th position, and they're about to bring out the best S15 Sylvia touring car is about to be ready up and join in session to have the best competition to be in the FR layout, and even of course to have the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4s are now ready to join in as well. One for the GR Supra GT4, and looks like we got ourselves for having a best mid-engine and FR layout to go for the action. Gonna take some time, and looks like the gang's all here. Scroll down and putting up to have a total of players up to 14. Now let's go. Okay, looks like just the perfect correction to go pit exit. No 3-second penalty allowed for this moment. Okay, there's Radmobile 32 is now entered to take the head start. Looks like I'm on second. Warm-up is complete. Just gonna have to get back on the pit and start for having a 6-minute qualifier to be ready up and go faster by under 2 minutes 10 seconds to be on the main objective for having a qualifying time. So let's do this and get ready to roll out for having a best S15 touring car to get into the action. Let's turn it up and rev it up to the limit. Nice number 27 on the 458 Italia. Okay, looks like Insane BXL is coming in. Gonna have to pull through. Go by 4th place to be in the main position. But I can't wait to see how the thrill of the battle between the Silvia S15 touring cars and Ferrari 458 Italia is going to get much more roster pick. So it looks like F1 Java is now entered on 3rd place, Insane BXL in 2nd, and Archer in 1st place. So I had to go on to take 3rd place and go speed up to be quicker preparation to be in the 1st lap, as we're about to go down for having a 3-lap qualifier in a different matter of time. Okay, gonna have to kick up the slipstream. Go by side to break through. Looks like the torque is doing well. Okay, there goes the contact to be coming in. Gonna have to give some extra space. So look at that, folks. F1 Java is now currently to take the 1st position, is now pulling through, followed by Archer in 2nd place for the same Nissan Silvia S15 touring car to get in and go step up to have the master turns to go enter to be on the turn 15 and 16 after cleared to be currently on to turn 14. Gonna have to save it for the best commentating later on before phase 2. So 3 of them, including myself, are about to go for turn 17 to get into action to have a good main lineup. All safe, no avoid going off the track by having a slight lose control. Time to begin, and let's get in. Oh man, looks like Radmobile 32 just almost had us. Looks like that might be quite giving a good start to have a Fast and the Furious first ever variation that almost to be look like a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Pretty neat. Good thing I just got everything to be eyesight to be well seen. So I had to get back and go focusing to be on the main slipstream to have my time to go improve. Kick it up. Oh boy, looks like F1 Java just almost to be put Radmobile 32 to be off the track. I'll get in there and beat that current time to be well progressed to be sure. Okay, here comes my super pace of the UDRS Insportec when entered Sector 3. Slipstream, patient, and go for having a main struggle to be entered on turn 11. There we go. All safe, cleared, no penalty at this time, and just gonna have to gang up with some main separation to be getting in and break through on the separation distance. Okay, that's good on turn 15. Going back on turn 16. Steady up and go quicker to be on the slipstream at the straightaway towards the end of the second lap. There we go. Looks like I'm on second until update on third, dropping down onto fourth. Okay, looks like faster cars comes in with some faster measures. This is going to be having a deja vu for having a Group 3 category at Spa Francorchamps all over again. They're about to go at it, and looks like 2 minutes 9.367 seconds is now being well placed to be going faster on the average. So I really need to step it up because they're about to push in and go through. Time to kick it up and go slipstream by the line. Ah, darn it. Almost barely good on turn 6 to be doing a main inside line job. Okay, close call. Somehow drop down to be on the 10th position. Is going to have to step things up a bit. So very good and impressive for RR Ghost 45. Just took 2 minutes, 7.469 seconds is now entered to take the first position in the lead by the head start. So time's up. Third lap is now calling in to be served as the final lap to go proceed at the finish line at the end of the qualifying session. So let's go in there and take the checker flag as we're about to go for having a 10th lap endurance for the GT3 and GT2 league. Roll it down, and just gonna have to take turn 17 to do this main part later on before the official challenge will be set and beginning. Not yet, by the way, because update to be dropped down below on to 12th place, and still not yet to be keeping up by the improvement. Alright, so that could be quite giving a situation racing problem. So in the meantime, RR Ghost 45 is now entered to take the first position by using the GR Super Race Car 2019. SRL Aerodyne has now been placed on the 5th, and Kenny Racine in 6th place. Now all I have to do is going to have to find out if take 1 for this part of the live stream video is going to have to be set and going much more drastic measures to be on the mid speed according to the BOP regulation. So don't go away, folks. Phase 2 will be coming up during the part of the live stream video after this. Alright, phase 2 is ready to go. Well, it turns out this is going to get a very tough challenging moment out there for the Group 4 category to take place for having a best time to be on a late afternoon in Lago Maggiore circuit by today's temperature is 73.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly other Group 4 cars like the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero 458 Italia made by Ferrari in the Group 4 category, and even of course to have one GR Supra GT4 race car is now set and going much more faster to be on a head start for only 2 minutes. 7 seconds is going to get much more dependable to be on the decimal time. So in about 15 seconds before the race will begin, I had to be sure and update to be on the feedback and torque to stay on the 5. All set and check to be reminder before going back into the lap time challenge. So here we go folks, let's get it on. The 2023 Series GTWS Nations Cup is about to be ready to go in round 4 at Lago Maggiore circuit. Let's get started to have the players to join in session. Here we have RR Ghost 45 in first position. Second place is Phil Hooligan in the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero. F1 Java in third place. Next up on the fourth position is Ratmobile 32. Fifth place we have SLO Aerodyne is now ready to go, and here we have Kenny Racine in sixth place. Seventh place we have Gus Camacho is about to be ready to go to have Ferrari 458 along with Insane BXL in eighth place. SL Dom Turismo in ninth place is here. Archer is now being placed on the 10th position. Next up in position 11, Aria Scorer is now entered, and here's Cams on 12th place. Next up in the 13th position is Rogue Skull. And for myself, it's now being placed on the 14th position at the number last. Alright, just gonna have to go entered, and let's see how it turns out for having a first part of the attempt for the competition as we're about to go for the cutscene onto the main part of the final corner on turn 16 and 17 to take 10 laps for the GT3 and GT2 League. It takes a matter of possibility to go harder when taking a 6-minute qualifier to go enter in and master 17 turns around in a full course in Autodrome Lago Maggiore circuit. So here we go folks, the countdown is about to go initiate in about 3 seconds and go green 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 for go, and let's see how it turns out to go for having a best time to be in the fourth round of this year's 2023 GTWS Nations Cup is about to go commence and underway. Other racers has now filed in and go for the formation on turn number 1 and 2 as Team Insportec is about to take the last position to make the best call and go climb up to be on the race position to get catch up and go faster to be on the main part of the strategy to be part for having a torque and sensitivity to be on the steering respawn. So here comes turn 3, better make sure, and oh, there goes, looks like Dom Turismo just barely lose that grip and going enter off the track and get back in for having a long-term recovery. So the first sector is now going cleared and heading on in to take sector 2 as Team Insportec is about to go, catching up in about 11 more cars left to go to be entered into the east end section of the track. So better be sure to have that brake position when you're on turn 6 and 7, and there goes for having a main part of the inside line to be step up and go enter in to have turn number 8 is now going cleared until proceed onto turn 10. But here comes the 400-meter run out there for the top 3 drivers. RR Ghost 45 is now stepping in and go for having a rightful place to be in the right spot in the lead. Down the hill they go, and here comes the hillside turn on number 11. better be sure to have that brake zone to go entered right next to the apex, and there goes. Archer in the same Nissan Silvia S15 touring car slows down while Team Insportec overtakes and climb up to be on the 11th position as 10 racers swoops in and go proceed at the west end section of the track by entered in Sector 4. So here it comes, looks like a fierce battle between 3458 Italia Group 4 and one for the S15 touring car with no wing is about to be getting much more slight interest and go enter in for having a best part in the scene. So down the hill they go and proceed on over to take the final turn on number 17. But there it goes, looks like Insane BXL just took a 0.5 second penalty as RR goes 45 enter for the fastest lap in 2 minutes, 13.481 seconds by entered in lap number 2. So heads up, looks like Team Insportec is about to step it up and go offense to catch up to go commence on the major overtake as 3458 Italia Group 4 to be entered by proceed in turn number 3. Let's make one room and go for having a good wing spoiler for the S15 touring car for Team Insportec, catches up and go enter to have the first part of the straightaway after finishing on turn number 4. So looks like this is going to get much more fine impressive out there for having a late afternoon time around the track as Group 4 cars is about to get struggle in between on the FR and MR drivetrain layouts to go battle in and battle out on each part of the session throughout each part of the track in Lago Maggiore circuit. So enter to be proceed on to turn 6 and 7. Looks like Insane BXL is about to get closer onto the penalty line to be forcefully to be slowed down and swoops in to have Team Insportec for having a slight slipstream to be entered on to Sector 3 to be proceed onto the 400-meter run. So there you go, 9th place for Team Insportec, only 8 more cars to go, and swoops in to have turn 11 to be entered and get on with it to have the main pace to be on the ejected. So here comes Gus Camacho in position number 8 to be entered for having the same part with a different variation on the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4. Already entered onto the 4th sector by proceed onto the west end section, and here comes for having a main part of the queue in turn 14 to be entered onto turn 15. Strategy is much more thrilled to be impressed and go on over to take turn 16 to get back on to turn 17 as the 9th position for Team GTWS Insportec for the Silvia S15 touring car to be stepped up and go for the increased pace to be entered at the end of the 2nd lap before moving on in 3rd lap, and record set to be made by Phil Hooligan in 2 minutes 7.883 seconds is now being served as the fastest lap. 7 more laps to go, folks. This competition is going to get much more modest and will average between each part of the Group 4 category to give or take and make your best suggestion to see which is the best. Now on to the main part to be on turn 4 as Team Insportec swoops in and go for catching up in about 1.5 seconds, and here comes Insane BXL with a different Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 to be entered at finishing Sector 1 and go on entered in Sector 2. The lineup is now going to proceed on to turn number 5, going up and entered at the east end session to be entered over onto turn 6 through 7. Very good smooth pace, the acceleration, and pull the gas to be pulled through onto turn 7 and 8. Absolutely fine effort, and looks like 8th place for Gus Camacho is about to get closer as Team Insportec break through and go for the major offense to be entered onto the 400-meter run in Sector 3. And there it goes, the brake zone is about to be dive in. Gus Camacho is going to have to brace itself to avoid any incoming approach from behind as Team Insportec swoops in, slipstream in, and go up the hill on to turn 12 through the 13. There we go, looks like he's about to go at it. Gus Camacho is about to pack up with a defense before entering. Oh boy, there goes the contact. Looks like Insane BXL just accidentally took a slam at Team Insportec as the hazard lights turns on to be on the full effect. That could be a very slight incident out there to have one quick recovery to have a very much more extra careful next time forcing a Group 4 car to go up the track is not part of having a cup of tea. So after clear on to turn 17, now we go down to have the top 3 position is now being shown onto the last minute. Rapmobile 32 is now doing great out there for having a nice different kind of a variation that looks like a Mitsubishi Eclipse from the Fast and the Furious in the first movie. I can't say because this quote of the title, "I almost had you." A very good quote inspiring by Brian O'Connor is actually to have a best funny moment after the first drag race in the quarter-mile run in Los Angeles. But it's still got a lot of good heritage design to the S15 touring car because Rapmobile 32 did a good perfect design variation that turns out to be reminds of the first ever Mitsubishi Eclipse to this day. So here comes on to the second sector during lap number 4 in the Nations Cup in round 4. Looks like Phil Hooligan is now entered to be on the second position, followed by SLO_Aerodyne is now entered to be on the third position onto the bronze spot. They're about to go at it. Catching up is going to have to do some more chases between the FR and mid-engine layout for the 458 Italia Group 4 as the S15 touring cars to continue on and go for the high-speed chase to be entered onto Sector 3 again. But there you go, looks like they're about to take turn 11, and even of course for Team Insportec will have to get that main opportunity to catch up to Gus Camacho in about 0.6 seconds up ahead. So let's try this again and go for round number 2. Up the hill onto the 12, and go for the ride to be entered onto the 13 to be proceed onto the West End session. That's very good. All clear on turn 14. Now for turn 15. However, Team Insportec is still doing great out there without having a pit stop because this race is going to be safe, clear, and all balanced mobility between different drivetrains. Going hard left onto turn 17, and looks like Gus Camacho is about to get much more tight situation out there to get in and get back on the track to be entered to be on the halfway mark onto the 5th lap. So here comes Team Insportec overtakes Gus Camacho to be at turn 1 and go entered to be at turn 2 at the small hairpin to go entered and pack up the gas and go speed up quickly to be entered onto turn number 3. And that's the ticket. Next up, for only a few more opponents is still yet to be remaining ever since from the first lap by starting out into the 14th position and currently to be climb up in progress onto the 8th position. But it's not over yet because total gap distance is still yet to come and go enter for only 10 seconds as Sector 2 enters after finishing on Sector 1. So here comes RR Ghost 45 in the Toyota GR Supra GT4 race car is now being placed on the 7th. This is going to get challenging and go for the thrill for Team UTRS Insportec along with the others are still currently to be racing in progress as they're about to be finishing on Sector 2 to get back onto Sector 3. We'll try this again. And there goes for the latest update for having a fastest lap on Rapmobile 32 in 2 minutes, 7.542 seconds. Did a good run out there with no slight drama to be well called in. But after all, the S15 touring car just barely did a good run out there to stay on top, and there goes Kenny Racine in the 3rd position for having a GT500 variation as you may ever seen. But you can do it, Kenny. You can do it, man. The fans are counting on you to do this best part of the racing highlights during the 4th round. So let's step it up and go resume for the chase in 3.6 seconds before update into 3.7. Down the hill I go on turn 17 to serve the final corner and go quickly to steady up and go focusing to have the best cue before entered on lap number 6. So here it comes, one part of the league and enter again on turn number 1 for Team UTRS Insportec to stay on the defense as Gus Camacho is now going quicker to be on the main offense. Other racers are about to get back into group formation ever since from the separation for only a few more laps to go. But after all, Team Insportec just gonna... Hold on. Did you ever see that? no matter what, Gus Camacho might be quite going ghosty mode, but didn't notice because he's still behind to be well shown on my radar. Pretty surprising and strange. Okay, there goes the contact. Looks like just gonna to keep moving on forward and go for sector 2 again, after having some several racers to get back into group formation to have turn 6, 7, and go for turn number 8 before stopping at turn number 9 and 10 to be exit on sector 2 to get in onto sector 3 again. But looks like Team Insportec is doing great out there so far, ever since to be racing up onto the final position to be proceed onto the first lap. So here comes the third sector to go down the hill onto the 400-meter run to be stopping at turn 11. That's very good. Keep proceed and follow the objective to climb up and go harder at it to have the best time to go quicker to be on the improvement. Stunning and more thrilled to have 3 districts around in Lago Maggiore circuit. So here comes the final sector in lap number 6. Team Insportec swoops in and go for the action on 4 other cars to be entered to take turn 16 and make their way to get back onto turn 17 to be entered at the end of the 6th lap, for only 4 more laps to go until 3 more laps remaining as they're about to go enter to the 7th lap. Gonna have to find out soon enough because Team Insportec really might need to have that objective to go achieve and enter to be on the 5th position to be entered to be climb up onto the top 5. And here it comes, lap number 7, 3 more laps to go to be served as a reminder, and here it comes. Kenny Racine is now being dropped down onto the 7th position after RR Ghost 45 in the Toyota GR Supra GT4 is now moving on in the 6th position. After turn 4, going straight away to be proceed at the end of the first sector to go kick it up and go slipstream by having amount of acceleration to go for turn number 5. So here it comes, inside at the brake zone to be on the outside and go hard right towards the inside. Toyota swoops in and stay on the main defense and offense to get boxed in with some 2 Nissan Silvia S15 touring cars to be coming in soon, and even 1 Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 to be entered to be on turn 6 through turn 8. But hold on, looks like Kenny Racine has left the lobby, only 13 cars left standing, and Team Insportec moves on in the 7th position by default. Somehow, he did very good out there for no apparent reason, but he'll have to try again for only 1 more race entry at the end of the day. So let's keep moving on. This race is going to get much more better than ever. Step it up onto the paces to go up the hill after turn 11. Team Insportec in the Nissan Silvia S15 touring car is now going well average to be stay on the main pace and break the 3-second gap distance by entered in sector 4 to be served to be coming over. Speed, handling, and agile without any pit stop to be calling in with no mandatory requirement. But this race is going to get much more safer, better, and much more average after the 3rd round at Deep Forest Raceway by using 2 versions of the Dallara SF23 models of the Honda and Toyota versions of the Super Formula. 2 more laps to go, entered to be on the 8th lap as Team Insportec still got enough chance to catch up to the 3 drivers to be battled in during the part of the competition in round 4 of the Nations Cup before having much more procedure to keep on racing to stay clean and keep pushing forward to have the race position to go increase by the update performance. Step it up hard and proceed on to turn 4. Looks like RR Ghost 45 is not giving up yet. He's still got a lot of encouraging moments to catch up onto Ferrari and Nissan during the Nations Cup. It's going to have to be entered onto Sector 2 in turn number 5. He still barely got this and still not yet to be catching up, but he's still got a lot more paces left to go to be entered onto turn 6 through 8 by having an S consecutive corners to be entered in by having a lineup on the apexes to find a good line. And there you have it. Looks like Phil Hooligan is now being dropped down onto 6th place after RR Ghost 45 is now updated to be moving on in the 5th position. So here it comes. Looks like Phil Hooligan is about to be getting overtaken by Team Insportec by having an entrance in Sector 3 and go for turn 11. This is going to get much more thrill and going much more fine showdown between two Nissan Silvias S15 touring car for the battle in 6th place to be keeping up and keep pushing forward to go hard. This race is not over yet, folks. Team Insportec still got a lot of more focusing to go on, and here comes Gus Camacho in the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 steps in and go for the final sector to take turn 14 and 15, stopping on turn 16 and pushing away before going down onto turn 16. And here comes turn 17. Phil Hooligan might need to step it up to go for the defense as Team Insportec kicks up for having a main push to be on the throttle to be entered onto the 9th lap. Brake zone coming in. Turn 1 is going to have to be stepping up between two Silvia S15 touring car is going to have to go enter to have the defense, while the Ferrari kicks up and go for the 8th position to be on the offense. This has come down to this because this battle is about having a thrill of a best recommend Group 4 car during the Nations Cup. So here for the update for having a top 3 grid standings. Ratmobile 32 is still doing good out there to take the 1st position to go for the defense, along with F1 Java is now currently on 2nd place. Alias Gruller is now currently to be on the 3rd position and keep on going to be on the main defense as the 4th place racer is now entered to be on the main part along with the 5th place driver. SLL Aerodyne is now entered to be on the main current progression. But looks like Toyota has already entered to be on the 4th position for the last minute as Team Insportec swoops in and go proceed on Sector 3, while Gus Camacho in the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 is now going to have to continue on for having a main part of the push. Here comes turn 11 going in once again for the 9th time. So far so good. No need to have a penalty check because it's all safe and clear. We're almost there, folks. This race is about to be over soon in about having one more lap to go remaining as Ratmobile 32 is going to have to take one last best push out there to take the 10th lap and go pronounced for the 1st place winner in round 4 of the Nations Cup in the 2023 GTWS. Will F1 Java is going to have to be actually to stay well defended to be on the 2nd position to have its best glory, along with Alias Quiller is now currently to be on the 3rd position at the bronze spot. But this battle is going to get much more thrilled to be turns out to have the best moments and putting up to have a hashtag MyGTMoment during the main part of the season. So here we come, you guys. The final lap is about to begin. This brings one best effort out there for every Gran Turismo players during the one part of the lobby session, as Team Insportec still got enough pushing efforts to catch up to Phil Hooligan on position 6 for the same Nissan Silvia S15 touring car to step it up and go focusing to have that main part of the ejected, while Gus Camacho in the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 is still continuing on and have the chase on Team Insportec. Hold on, looks like the radar just actually pick up on the surveillance and this is not good. That could be giving a slight distraction to be called in to avoid any interruption. And there it goes. Turn 6 to be entered for Team Insportec, and overtake Phil Hooligan is going to have to make the best effort out there to go for the hard defense, and stopping on turn 8 to get in and get out of the situation alive between two opponents will be step things up to go on the main offense, as the 5 racers are now currently to be updated depending on the main grid standings. And there we go, folks. Looks like over here on Ratmobile 32 is about to be entered to have the final sector in number 4 at the end of the 10th lap. And he is about, oh, there it goes. Looks like Gus Camacho just took a slam at Team Insportec on the rear tire. This could be a poor effort out there to see how one Ferrari is about to get much more bit reckless. Phil Hooligan is now overtaken to be moving on in the 7th position. that is a very tough effort out there for having one Insportec racer just barely try to keep it up and focusing for this part of the main objective. And there it goes, guys. Rapmobile 32 takes the win in round 4 for the 2023 Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup. Rapmobile takes the win, and he did a good run out there for having his best time. Now that's an S15 competition is now doing well and go on full competitive. This is so pretty awesome, so very nice, and much more average to be well done. And for the final outcome, one Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15 touring car takes the win for having a total time in 21 minutes 25.46 seconds. So far so good, but I cannot believe it that I just almost had it. I almost had it and going straight to finish to be moving on in the 6th position. But there will be a second chance next time because I still got this and might need to go practice hard whenever it takes. But it was a lot of good race out there for tonight's competition in round 4, you guys. What a stunning racing performance for the Group 4 category in Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Now that's an excellent competition, and this is going to have to take a good race position by ending up on 6th ever since by starting out into the 14th place. One clean race, and just going to have to keep practice well before proceed into the next part of the racing lobby. So there you go. 150 miles for having a today's driving marathon, and more earnings before tomorrow's update on GT7. What a good stunning effort out there for having a 4th round, and for the best outcome for having Rapmobile 32 takes the win for having a very good Fast and the Furious livery variation on the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15 touring car. This replay is now being saved to be part for today's highlights, and that's how best recommended Group 4 cars will have to go drive into action between Nissan, Ferrari, and Toyota. Is all about having a best rarity pick and go harder at it for this part of today's best racing highlights for the Nations Cup for the GTWS. So a congratulations to have Rapmobile 32, Elias Roller, and RR Ghost. These 3 did a good job out there for having a final outcome to be served in the top 3 position to have each part of the different manufacturer brand in the Group 4 category. So I can't say because Rapmobile 32 did a good job for having a best win out there for having a good race. But after all, because doing the best effort between the mid-engine and FR layout to be on the same Group 4 category, but I mean this is going to have to take an absolutely hard-going effort just to go modest, average, and just going to have to keep on racing to stay clean and make your best effort out there for this part on today's video segment, or if anything possible, so I had to make sure to go for having a second chance before the next part of the live stream video. Well folks, I can't say it was a lot of fun out there to have to take one video segment on the live stream, but take 2 will be coming up soon, so I had to be ready up and get back on the track to practice more to join in session in the lobby. And this time, I'll have to climb up and go harder at it to be in the middle session or enter to be in the top 5 position at the grid. But this is going to get much more fine average start ever since from the 3rd round at D-Force Raceway. So thank you for enjoying watching the live stream video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Dividend Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time, and continue on to be in take 2 of the live stream video for the 2023 series GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again for the next part of the video. Keep on racing, stay clean.